Hello, my name is Pascal Vignier. I'm really happy to welcome you to my YouTube channel. So I've been doing videos for Ibanez guitars for a while, which were called the Ibanez Lick of the Month videos. You can check them out on their Instagram and Facebook pages. And so I decided I wanted to make some content in English on my own channel. So here we go. For this first video, I'd like to speak about legato playing. There's been a lot of debate on the internet whether or not you should keep the first finger on the fretboard when you play legato. So my answer is yes, you should keep the first finger all the time on the fretboard, and not only for legato playing, but we're going to speak about legato playing today, so I'm going to explain why. But before we start, I'm going to demonstrate a few licks that you will never be able to play if you take up this first finger off the fretboard. So what do all these licks have in common? It's the fact that it's the first finger that drives the notes, that drive the hand that's playing on the fretboard. So if you take out this first finger, you won't be able to play any of these licks and many other licks. So you might be able to play a few hammer-ons and a few pull-offs, but if you incorporate slides, which makes legato playing much more interesting, because you can have a horizontal approach much more than a vertical approach, you won't be able to connect all these licks because you won't be able to use the slides, because it means that you have to keep your first finger on the fretboard all the time. And it does not apply only to the legato technique, it applies to all techniques. First of all, it's going to be a waste of stability. You need to gently grab the neck using the thumb and the first finger as an anchor point. And if you take off the first finger, you will definitely lack some stability. And another important aspect is the waste of energy. If you take off your first finger, it's an unwanted motion. It's not something you want to do. Another important aspect is that if you take off the first finger, it may also show that you have a lack of independence between all fingers. If that's the case, remember to always pile up your fingers when you play. For example, if you play a simple scale just like this one, or a pentatonic scale, when you see beginners play, they tend to do this. And for the pentatonic scale, and you often get this. So to keep the strings quiet, you may rely on the first finger, which is going to keep the string you're playing quiet, but also the one that is close to the previous string and the other strings here as well. So the first finger is really important to keep the instrument quiet. If you lack finger independence, so always try to pile up those four fingers. You might play chromatics, for example. But always try to pile up the fingers. Don't go too far, to keep a small range of motion and to really keep playing very precisely and accurately. So another point which is really important to me, and maybe to you too, it's the fact that when you take off this first finger, and therefore you have a waste of stability and the other problems we mentioned before, the motion really lacks aesthetics. It's really not as nice to watch, and the thing is that you can really judge someone's command of the instrument by the aesthetics too, if they have a really nice and smooth motion, if they have a nice small range of motion, nice independence. Not only is the result nicer to hear, but it's also nicer to watch. Someone who has a great command. And so the aesthetics, to my opinion, are really important too. So that's it for today, guys. That was my first video on my English YouTube channel. I hope you will subscribe to my channel and please click that notification bell right down there. Feel free to visit my Bandcamp page if you want to listen to my music. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in a bit. Bye bye.